What's going on, everybody? Live Farmer 73. Guava to everybody in the room, in the chat. When you come in, if you can do me a favor, and if you can see me, give me a thumbs up. If you can see me and hear me, give me 2 thumbs up. You have no idea how much that helps me. It helps me stay on top of my videos and the quality of the videos. So when you come in, give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Give me 2 thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. Hey, my Renaissance grandma, how you doing? I wanted to talk about something. I know I told you I'm gonna be cranking these videos out, and I do have videos coming out with gadgets and whatever. But right now, it's just a few more things that's just hitting a little bit more serious on me. I hope y'all don't mind that I'm just cramming these videos in, because every day is something else. Every day is a new thought. Every day is a new situation that we need to address, and I'm just going to address it. I mean, you know, you don't necessarily have to watch the video if you don't want to, but it's probably in everybody's best interest that we do discuss some of this stuff. And I'm not talking about you have to discuss it with me. Some of the subjects that I bring up, discuss some of this stuff with your family. Whether you agree with me or not, you should discuss some of this stuff with your people. And one this is just bothering me half to death is people have no skills. Thanks everybody for the confirmation. You can see me and hear me. Thank you. Man, these people today have no skills. And it's one of the most scariest situations I've ever seen in my life. I mean, we all see a lot of crazy situations going on right now, but I think I see the demise of my people. I see the demise of society right now, because everybody think the only thing that's going to get you by in life, if you go to college and get some kind of big major degree in something that has zero to do. And I'm not knocking nothing about college. Please don't get that twisted. I've been to college. My wife been to college. My whole family been to college. So I'm not knocking educating yourself. I'm talking about, think hard about what you are going, number one, to spend all that money on. You're going to school. You're gonna be spending a lot of money. You're investing in your education. So don't just go off just because everybody is going to college and you feel I gotta stay up with everybody else. I'm gonna go to college, but you really don't know why you're going or what's the reason, what you're going for. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're going to college and you have no clue on what you want to do with your life, this goes for everybody across the board, whether you young or you old, because even if you old, you can still go back to school. If you don't know what you're going to school for, I pray that you go get a skill. You don't have to be in some big time engineer. You don't have to be some big time educator. You don't have to be no big time professor, lawyer, doctor, none of that. Learn a social life-saving skill. All right. I'm going to just pull up, and just in case you don't know, y'all do me a favor. Tell your children about this one. I'm not going to do no cussing, and I ain't going to be talking about pooping outside or nothing, okay? So please, you can let your kids watch this one. I'm going to try to be real low key, because I need to get this message across because it's important. If your kids are watching, or if you want to relay this message to your kids, look, go to school. Even they have some of these skill centers inside of your middle schools and high schools. Man, teach these kids welding, carpentry, small engine repair and automotive, traditional appliance repair. I wrote down a bunch of this stuff. Even solar. Teach them solar. You can go to school, you can go to these little college courses around locally, or you can just go to like a trade school and learn this stuff. This is so important. It's so important. Okay. Now, old school, man, teach these kids how to hunt, teach them how to trap, teach them how to fish. Thank you for that wonderfully blessed. HVAC, heating and cooling and air conditioning. Take these kids, if you don't know how to go fishing yourself, I think it's time that you learn how to fish so you can teach your kids how to fish. That's a skill. There is no reason I'm not playing on the planet Earth that everybody on this planet walking around talking about they love Jesus. There is no way that you shouldn't know how to fish. You put some string on a stick, put a hook on the string, put a worm on the hook, put it in the water, and see what happened. Keep doing that until you catch something. Once you catch a fish, I think that's another, it's like a video game. Once you catch your first fish ever in your life, you level up. You'll never be the same again. It's like playing a video game. Once you get to that next level, you ain't got to fight this level no more. You can't wait to get to the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth level, right? Once you catch your first fish, your whole you changes. When you eat what you caught, your belly is full off of your skill. See, even if you're a vegan, vegetarian, okay, this may not be for you. For you, it'll be the same as, hey, look, you go out there and plant your own vegetables and eat it, get your belly full, and you did that. Your family ate because of you. And people don't understand that this fishing is not a sport. We turned it into a sport. We turned it into a sport. Fishing is a life-changing and life-altering skill set that everybody across the whole world, not just the United States of America, across the entire planet needs to know how to do. Okay? If you don't know how to hunt, you need to at least sit down and talk to people that hunt. You need to sit down and talk to people that trap. Let them take you with you one time. Something. I'm going to tell you where I'm going with all of this. Okay? I wrote this stuff down because I didn't want to forget none of it. Now here's the reason I'm saying this. One more skill. Bartering skills. Thank you, Earth Lady. Thank you. Bartering skills. Now, I'm going to tell you why I said bartering is a skill. You don't think so, do you? You don't think bartering is a skill? Trading is a skill. See, everybody keep talking about when the grid go down, we going to have to cash ain't going to be worth anything. All we going to have is bartering back and forth, right? You ain't going to do anything if you don't know the worth of things around you. Let me tell you, this is for the children again, okay? The young folk. When you learn how to trade, negotiate, and bargain, okay? You have to know your worth. You have to know the worth of your product. You have to know the worth of the supply and the demand between you and whoever you're trading with. If they have no demand for it, you won't be able to trade anything, so your worth breaks down. You may want $8,000 for this old Chevy Tahoe, but if it's 1,400 Chevy Tahoes listed online for $3,000, you're not getting $8,000 no matter what you put on it or what you did to it, put rocket boosters on the back of it. You ain't getting it. Okay? If the market is flooded, you're not going to get what you think your things are worth. Now, while we're talking about what you think your product is worth, let's talk about putting your emotions into bartering. You can't do that. You can't do it. You start trying to sell. Let's say this lamp, this oil lamp. I want to sell this oil lamp. This oil lamp is worth about 50 bucks, right? No matter what, it's worth 50 bucks. But I want to sell it for $200. Now everybody know, because I just told you that this lamp is worth 50 bucks, right? I'm selling it for $200. The buyer or the trader is going to say, why are you selling that for $200? You know that's brand new for 50 bucks, right? And I'm going to say, yes, I do. But see, this is nice. See, this used to belong to my great-great-great-great-grandmama. And my great-great-great-great-grandmama used to always bring this lantern in the room and cut it on and then sing us a song and tell us a bedtime story. And I always remember this lamp. So when my great-great-great-great-grandmama passed, she passed it on down the line and she gave it to my mama. My mama passed away. My mama gave it to me and it's worth everything to me. But right now I'm in a pickle and I need to sell it, so I got to have $200. The seller does not give a damn about what happened to your great-great-grandmama or her reading you bedtime stories while this lantern is on. To the buyer, the purchaser, it's 50 bucks and it's a lantern. It's worth 50 bucks brand new, but I just put $150 worth of emotion on it. If you start putting your emotion on things, then you need to hang on to it. You need to keep it, because you'll never sell it. You can't sell your emotions. You can't. If you have a long, drawn out story about this lamp, just write a book about it. You'll make more money selling your paperback books about this lantern than you will selling this lantern. Don't put your emotions in no bartering and no trade deals, ever. Okay? Now, you get too sentimental and too many attachments. It don't work. That's why there's so many things sitting on Craigslist, Facebook Market, because everybody got a story on the product. It just doesn't work that way. Okay? Now, you got to know the worth of your product itself. If there is no market or no practical reason for your product and it's a specialty or novelty item, you're going to take a loss. Sometimes you take a loss. Sometimes you win big. So most of the time you take a loss. Okay? What I mean by that is, in 1 year, your PlayStation is worthless. You bought it last Christmas, Black Friday. This Christmas, your PlayStation or Xbox, whatever they call, is worthless. You probably paid $1,000 for that game console, and all it took was 1 year, and now you can't get $150 for the thing with the controllers and games and download. I don't care what you invested into it, you ain't getting that money back. So you don't know the worth of your product. So when I invest in certain things, it's certain things and certain reasons I do invest in certain things. It don't make sense to people. I only invest in certain kinds of cars because I know they hold their value if I need to. Listen, a Harley-Davidson, love them. It's not my favorite bike. But I know when I sell my Harley-Davidson, I'm either going to break even for the money I paid for it, or I'm going to make money on it because the price of those Harley-Davidsons in that year, they appreciate. So they're going to make me money. I like Harleys, but I don't like them like that. Guess what? Driving a Jeep Wrangler 4-door is one of the most uncomfortable vehicles you will ever purchase in your life, and don't let nobody else tell you different. When you purchase a Jeep Wrangler, you're going to be bouncing around in that thing like gumballs in the machine. Remember you was a little baby? And you had that little stick with the little bubble on it, bouncing the gumballs with the wheels. Remember that? That's how you look inside of a Jeep Wrangler. That's why they put handles in there. That ain't they have handles added inside. You see every Jeep Wrangler put those straps and handles inside. That ain't to look cool. That's for hitting potholes and going over gravel and rock, because you gonna be hitting this rooftop. It's gonna be bouncing you all around in there. Why did I buy a Jeep Wrangler? Because the price on a Jeep Wrangler appreciates. I will probably break even and get back most of my money that I invested in that Jeep that I've had for years. Even if the paint is fading, I'm gonna get my money back. We have to start paying attention to what we're spending our money on, what we're investing in, like land, right? If you purchase land, it will always appreciate. Even if the neighborhood go down, it'll break even, but it's never gonna plummet unless the whole thing just blow up, you know? Learn a skill, young people. Learn a skill, my old folks. And I'm gonna tell you why. This is why this is on my mind. You see that thumbnail that I put on there of a engine, that's a wood chipper. I got this wood chipper, and I've had this wood chipper for about 10 years, something like that. That wood chipper was in my garage for 3 years, something like that. 4 years. No, most of the years, really. And then it's been on Freedom Acres for 2 years, outside. I haven't used that wood chipper in about 5 or 6 years. Engine locked up, gummed up. Yesterday, and I was going to go live yesterday, and I was going to actually show me doing it, but I said nobody wants to see this, and I'm not going to be doing no talking, and I got on my pajamas and no drawers. I didn't want the camera aiming at my grapes and vines, you know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like, I said, I have no more use for this wood chipper. I'm going to go ahead and sell it, because I have a plan on what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm trying to purchase me a new trailer, but I'm not trying to go in my savings to purchase a new trailer, because I got too much junk sitting around here that's worth money, okay? I knew I'm going to get about $500 for that big old Troy-built wood chipper, mulcher. So I said, all I got to do is go out there and go ahead and clean that carburetor out and, give that carburetor overhaul, put some new rings on it. And I can't make this up. Lord is my witness. Me and the puppy was outside. I'm drinking some coffee. And I said, man, let me go put my hands on, while I feel energy, let me go put my hands on this doggone wood chipper. I'm going to put some fresh gas in it. And if it don't pull and crank up after about the 5th crank, I'm taking that carburetor off. Me and Puppy sat next to me, and I sat there and I took that carburetor off of that doggone engine. Good compression and everything, but it's just not getting no gas. Take that carburetor off, took that bowl out. The bowl looked like somebody dropped mud down in it, so much old gas and goop down in it and dirt and crumbs. Cleaned out all the jets, took off all of the doggone seals around it, put new seals on it. I made them myself out of an inner tube. Put that thing back, and while I'm in my pajamas, drinking coffee, walking around the house, forgetting what I'm supposed to be doing, all of that took me about an hour, bull messing around. I remember I got kids watching. Messing around, it still only took me an hour. If I would have stayed laser focused on what I was doing, and I had all the tools that I needed right there in my face, it would have literally taken me 15 minutes to have it off, clean, put back on, and engine started. So, you know what I did? Put the carburetor back on after I cleaned out all the jets, ran a whole bunch of wire brushes through it, scraped it off, hit it with a whole bunch of carburetor cleaner, made it nice and shiny and sparkly. Put some fresh gas in it, first pull. And I thought of making this video yesterday. Because the first thing I did once that engine started, I thanked God Almighty. Then I thanked my dad. And then I thanked my oldest brothers. And I'm going to tell you why. I thank God for putting a man in my life that was so skillful, which was my dad. He put a man in my life that all my dad did was guide me down the path to be a man. My dad was not a sensitive dude. He didn't have that. Don't be playing with him. You understand? He ain't the one. He was always stern about learning skills to be a man. So that's where I learned my skills. That's where I learned my honor from. That's how I learned how to treat a woman. That's how I learned don't put your hands on a woman. And I'm going to tell you why. I watched my father take care of all of us and my mama. And I never knew anything that my mom and my dad was going on because it wasn't a child's place to know. If my mom and my daddy ain't seeing eye to eye and they might be arguing or something, I didn't know about it because y'all go outside and play. Long story short, I thank my Father God for putting my dad in my life and making him be my dad because all my father did. And now that I'm older, I understand why he was so stern. Because this world will eat you up if you don't know anything. This world will chew you up and spit you out if you have no skill set, if you have no common sense, and you wander off with the ways of the world. This world will chew you up and spit you out. It's full of carnivores. It's full of monsters. It's full of predators, and we are all prey. Now we're all prey, but are you going to be a bunny rabbit? Or are you going to be a gazelle? See, it's two different levels of the game. A gazelle going to run. A gazelle going to dip and dive because the gazelle has skills to evade the predators. That gazelle learns speed. That gazelle learns how to shift on a dime. That gazelle learns skills. Now, prey nevertheless. But are you going to be that gazelle? You going to be this little soft, little fluffy bunny rabbit or a frog? I'm not going out like that. Little soft bunny rabbit, the doggone snake or whatever will be eating him. He don't even scream. A snake will be eating a frog. The frog don't even do nothing. The frog don't even hardly be blinking while the snake is swallowing. I'm not going to be that. I'm going to run and fight for my life. If you don't have a skill set in this world right now, family, the way the world is going right now, let me just prove my point. What was this? 5 years ago. Just say 6 years ago. 6 years ago. No, we're going to stay with 5 years ago. Only 5 years ago. 5 years ago, this world was an entirely different place. Can I get an amen? Whether for the right or for the wrong, 5 years ago, this world was an entirely different place. Everybody still believed that you need to go to work to a 9 to 5 and go work for somebody else to make a living. Only 5 years ago. Only 5 years ago. Everybody, and let's just talk about the social workup of that. A woman wouldn't have nothing to do with a man. Gotta have a job if you want to be with me. If a man ain't working, she don't want to have nothing to do with that. You ain't got no money. You broke. Now, in 2024, going into 2025, People are starting to kind of turn their eyebrows up at people that's going to work to make another man rich. People are, yeah, he make decent money. He always gone. He work long hours. It's become a problem. The working good man going to work every day now, let's be honest, I hear all the whispers on TikTok and YouTube and the videos and the people talk. A man going to work and staying there 16 hours is not desired by the spouses anymore. And frankly, for the men, you ain't digging your wife going to work and staying there 16 hours and go earn herself a work husband. You kind of frowning upon that. Man, I thought we was going to go out tonight. Thought you was going to cook something. I thought we was going to beat it. Ain't nobody liking it no more, right? Only 5 years ago. That was a stone throw away, only 5 years ago. Here we are today in 2024 going into 2025. A lot of us are making more money being entrepreneurs than we ever made working for another man our whole life. How did we accomplish that? We were forced into becoming entrepreneurs because of the 2020 illness, right? We were pretty much forced into our hustle game. But they don't realize they actually woke us up. They woke us up to our real, true abilities. Some people, they did a lot of sewing, crafting, auto repair, gardening, and we didn't know that we can get paid by showing the rest of the world how to do this stuff. Like here I am working for this man, sweating every day, all day, never seeing my wife, never seeing my kids, never seeing the inside of my house except the bedroom. And I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul at the same time. Who knew that I had the skills to pay the bills and never leave the comfort of the inside of my house and never even have to wear real suit and tie? I can keep my pajama pants on all day and make more money doing what I think is possible. Now, see, that's where we're going to come into talking about worth again. This is one of the most major skills that you need to know when it comes to bartering. Bartering is a skill, just in case y'all just come in the room. Your time. You have to set. I'm trying to think of the right word because I want this right. Your time is one of the highest commodities that you got. You understand? So when I'm doing business, if I'm going to do this service for you, just say the service for you is $500. And now, after the $500 comes my time. So I'm a tab on what I feel my time is worth for the situation, for the person, for the product. If I feel that my time for this situation for you is worth $300, now the total is going to be $800 because my services for you and your product or whatever I'm doing for you is $500. Now is my time. I gotta have $300 before you even pay me for the services I need to do for you because I'm even talking to you on the phone or emailing you or going back and forth with you. You're wasting my time that I could be spending on something else. Your time, you always have to calculate in your time. So here's one of those things where your emotions are involved. This is one of those things where you can add your emotion. When it comes to your time, you do have to add your emotion in, because here's the thing. If you're not feeling good today and this person wants you to do XYZ for $500, my time price for that situation is usually $300. I'm not feeling good. I got a stuffy nose. I got a headache. Me and my wife is arguing. My kids cutting up in school, and I got to deal with this and pretend that I'm okay. My time is $500 now. Either somebody going to take it or they're going to leave it. Because now you have to put on airs and pretend that everything is okay with you so you can get this job done. Your time is worth more than anything. Don't waste it. Calculate your time before you calculate your service. And here's another thing about your time. You might have to add on at the back end, the rear, the front end of that, you $500. Your services is $500. If things don't go right in the way you wanted it to go, you might have to tap on some more for your time. If it took you longer to accomplish this situation, or you need to tabulate on some more on the back end. If they don't want to work with you on that, you have to, hey, I got to let it go. If you don't have no skills coming into 2025, you are in a world of trouble. It's a lot of people out here that want to purchase land. There's a lot of people out here that want to purchase land. I've been seeing this for the last like 5 years, and I've been cracking on this for about 5 years, and people don't quite understand what I be talking about. You go out there and purchase land, and you don't know nothing about swinging no hammer and hitting no nails. You might go out there and purchase land. You've never ran a chainsaw in your life. You've never swung an axe in your life. You've never been on a riding lawnmower, a zero turn ever in your life. You've never done any of this. You've never replaced a window. It's so many people going out purchasing land and don't have skill the first. And you know what happens? They get frustrated and they sell that land. They sell that land for pennies on the dollar. And the person that sold it to them, like, they making a bet. I bet they won't be out there for 6 months. Bet on it. Because everybody think it's some kind of cute fad, you know? It's not. It's work. It's hard work. You're going to go out there, and every single waking moment of your day, you got to put in work. So if you don't know these skill sets, if you don't, let me get one on for you real quick, just to give you a head start. If you go purchase land, you're going to need to know carpentry, small engine repair, automotive. You may need to know some little bit of welding, kind of some plumbing, depending on if you on grid, off grid. Those are skills that you're going to go out on your land. It's going to keep your butt alive. Hunting, trapping, fishing. If you don't have those skills, you really need to I'm not going to say rethink owning land. I'm not going to say that. Please own it. I'm going to tell you, you need to step your game up, because these are skills that's offered to all of us, but ain't nobody thinking about it. Everybody want to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, a professor, all of these other things. I'm not saying those are bad careers. I'm saying an artist. I'm not saying those are bad careers. I'm saying back your major career up with some kind of social skill. Some kind of social skill set that we've been learning for thousands of years. How to filter water, how to start a fire, all of that. You're not going to, if you don't know small engine repair, this is why I want you to start. All y'all young folks, start with small engine repair, and I'm going to tell you why. If you start with small engine repair ain't too much different from automotive. Once you learn how a combustion engine works, now all you doing now with a bigger engine is add more pistons and add more rings and add more cc's. It's no different. I taught my baby boy, I taught both of my sons small engine repair. And I'm going to tell you where you can even start. Either buy an old busted lawnmower, okay? That's the easiest one because you can find a busted lawnmower on the side of the road with good compression. Or get you a gas-operated RC car. Me and my sons, I got video and I got pictures. If you go way back in my videos, you see my baby boy. He's just about 3 years old, 4 years old, driving an RC car, a gas-operated RC car, a professional-grade RC car by Traxxas. It used to trip people out to see my baby boy running this RC car. But what they didn't know was my son can also break that engine down, clean it out, put it back together. And I have pictures on top of pictures of my baby boy, 4 and 5 years old, breaking down a RC car engine, the little nitro engine, putting it back together and running his car. It was his. He still got it to this day. I could go upstairs and get it right this minute. I kid you not. I bet you I could. I bet you I know where it is too. I would go get it and show y'all if I had time. If I had time, I would show y'all because I'm so proud. So now that my 2 boys are older, my oldest son in his 30s off and gone on his own, he's a mechanic. He's a certified, licensed mechanic. Where did he get that from? Right? And my baby boy, he's in college, but every time something wrong with his car, I see my son laying on his back in his good shirt and his good pants, tinkering on that car. The only thing he asks me, Dad, can I use your wrenches? Dad, can I use a screwdriver? Dad, I need a 10 millimeter. He don't ask me to come out. If he asks me something, he say, hey, Dad, can you just hold this while I pull this? That let me know I've passed on the tradition that my father passed on to me and my brothers to my sons. You understand? That's a skill that my dad is long gone, but he still lives in me, and he lives still through my children. And he's going to live through my children's children from a skill set that my father taught me, that I taught the exact same thing to my kids. This is I'm going to tell you what they can lock you up in prison, but they can't lock this up. You'll always have your skills, no matter what happens. You'll always have your thoughts and your skill set up here. They can lock up your flesh, but they can't lock that up. This is one thing they still haven't fully figured out how to control. They can only guide your body and your flesh in certain directions to make you do bad stuff and make wrong decisions, but they can't, they still figuring out how to tinker with that. So please, learn a skill. Teach your children. If your son or your daughter, I want your daughter to say, I want to go to school to be a nurse. Baby, that's wonderful. That is beautiful. And I also want you to learn home economics. I also want you to learn small appliance repair. Okay? Because I'm telling you, nursing ain't what it used to be, or I would still be a nurse. Nursing in the medical field is all politics. Everything you do when it comes to nursing, you don't make decisions to save people's lives anymore. If your decision to save somebody's life have anything to do with money, somebody ain't gonna make it. And you have to tell them they ain't gonna make it But the part you can't tell them is because you ain't got enough money. So if you want to go to school to become a nurse or a doctor or any kind of medical profession, go in it with knowing that part of the medical field is politics. It's about money. And if you're that kind of person like me, where you're really truly there to help the rest of the people in society and you want to help your fellow man, you're going to have to put that in a backpack, because the first thing you have to think about is the red tape of everything you do. So if you're going to school to become a nurse or a medical professional, heed my warning on that. But if you're going to be a medical professional, have a backup plan, have a skill, because here's the other thing about nursing and medical professionals. It takes nothing for them to get rid of you. Back in the day, they used to say, I'm gonna be a nurse because I'm gonna always have a job. No, you won't. Because now that saying goes that the customer is always right. That plays out in the hospital too. If this customer, which is the patient, wants to get over on the system, they will lie and say something like, oh no, they was in here cussing and twerking and doing crazy stuff, and I'm trying to sleep, and they was in here being inappropriate. That's all they got to say. They don't need no proof. They don't need no proof. Get you in trouble, get you wrote up, get you in the manager's office, put that on your record all over because somebody wanted a free meal. Somebody wanted a free trip to the hospital so they can come in here and get some damn Dilaudid or something. That's what this is about. So it don't take nothing for you to lose your job or lose your credibility, all because people are out here preying on the innocent. So what do? Hope you got a backup skill. Hope you have a backup trade. Because if one day somebody might say, yeah, give me your badge. That's it. That's it. I had another customer complaint. About what? They said your cologne was too loud. My cologne? Wait, I don't even have on cologne. Well, your deodorant, your breath, something is too minty for them. I can't make this up. All my medical professionals right now know I'm telling the God honest truth. They won't tell you as their caretaker, hey, your cologne is giving me a headache, and I'm very sensitive because of the medication I'm on. They won't tell you that. So you can trade a patient with your fellow nurses or something. No, they will report you. They will have a whole written up report about your aquadegio. I can't make this up. I remember having a report written on me years ago about my deodorant. I remember that so vividly because it truly had me rethinking my career choices. You mean to tell me I can get written up and in trouble because I wore deodorant? I can understand if they don't want to smell my deodorant because I don't wear cologne. But deodorant? How many medical professionals I got in the house that can vouch for me? They'll say, oh, can you get rid of her or him? That perfume is driving me crazy. I can't. And can you keep that light out? Because, man, it's giving me a headache, and I think I'm going to have to stay here about 5 more days. All these people, this homeless and all of this, standing there just trying to get a bed to sleep in and some free food. Let me stop because I don't want to go down that alley. Kids is in here. My point of all of this is, please get a backup skill no matter what your profession is. Get a backup skill. Welding, small engine repair, carpentry. Even Jesus was a carpenter. plumbing, electrical, automotive, solar, anything that has to do with energy, anything that has to do with the conservation or the engineering of energy, anything that can create energy, please invest your skill set in that. Please. Okay? I was trying to sell after I fixed that wood chipper. I was trying to sell it. I'm more frustrated with today's bartering because I couldn't understand what people was thinking about inside of their brain. People will say stuff like, now I got $1,000 wood chipper set at $500. But you say, hey, I trade you a skateboard, an electric skateboard for it. What? The things that people are trying to trade with me is so insane. Like, you have no idea the actual worth of this product, of this item. No emotions involved, because my emotions, I want my $1,000 back for this wood chipper. No, $500, good wood chipper, rebuilt carburetor, runs like a champ, not a scratch on it. It's like a cherry, right? It's a Troy built. How about I give you like $150, and I got one of these Mr. Heater buddy heaters. The hell is wrong with? They don't have no idea how to barter. They have no skill. Oh, and mind you, what they try to do is reverse emotionalize their situation. If you're trying to sell something, they give you this whole drawn out, long, dry ass story. Sorry for cursing, children's. Well, I'm 89 years old and I'm a white grandma of 6. I have 4 children. I live in a country. I used to be from Alabama and we moved to the Carolinas when I was 16. Ma'am, all due respect. What's the words? IDGAF. All I want to know is, do you want this wood chipper? Because you done wrote me this novel about where you from, when you married your husband. Like, your bleeding heart story is going to make me break $500 down to $5. It's not happening. So you think because I've been through so much in my life, I could probably get it for maybe, I don't know, $15 and a nice batch of my home-baked cookies? Ma'am, with all due respect, you keep them cookies. That reverse emotional psychological crap, like, I need to bring out that violin. Like, ma'am, I your story is wonderful, but my story is a little shorter. No. Oh, you want my answer to be longer than no? Okay, no.com. No. Even if you would have said, I give you $450, that would have put something on my mind and made me think about it, right? Nah. People are crazy. They don't know how to barter. They don't know how to negotiate, right? Number one, by offending people. You can offend people. If I got this thing set at $1,000 and you come in, hey, look, how about I give you about $300 for it? I give you $300 cash money. Right now. Now, this is a true story. I literally heard this today. I give you that money, $300 right now. Right now. I'll tell you absolutely not right now. What the hell? And cash money. What else you thought you was about to pay me with? Rocks? This ain't the 80s. You listen. when you when you got $1,000 item and you selling it, and somebody come at you with 1/3 of what you asking, look, 300 cash, like they big balling, like they popping bottles, right? 300 cash right now. I got the bills in my hand. You can have them if you just say yes. No, you ding dong. You offended me so bad, I'm not going to answer you back. Look, when people hit you with that kind of nonsensory, they think that you want to sell your product for $300 and a couple of rocks. If you dig what I'm saying, this is not 1989, fool. I ain't selling no VCRs. So, long story short, know your worth. Know the worth of your product. Do research on your product. Know the worth of your skills. Now, here's another one. Know the worth of not just your skill, but your skill level. If you know that you know how to weld, how well can you weld? If this person wants you to weld a project for them and you are not the best at welding, and you know it's going to take you 2 days to complete the project when it normally takes a professional 2 hours, be mindful of that. Now, that professional is going to say, you know, what you need welded. Oh, I just want this cargo box welded to the frame of my trailer, you know, in this angle right here. He gonna give you a price quick. Oh, yeah, I do that for three grand. Oh, for what? Don't question him. He telling you 3 grand, and you know what? Usually a professional do this. I had that for you for 3 grand. I have it ready. I'll be done with it in about 2 hours. You listen, you think because he's going to be done in 2 hours that the job is so easy that you don't owe him $3,000. This is where you need to understand your skills and understand people's time and all of the things I've been talking about in this video, people's worth. If he's so good that he can put a professional weld on your project in 2 hours versus the dude that said he going to take 2 days to do it, and he only charged you about $700, beware. This man knows his skill. If this man come to you with a portfolio of all of his work and he can show you all of his customers and all of his, man, go with him. He gonna be more expensive, but it depends on how important this is to you. This is very, very important. If you do not have skill sets in 2025, you already on a sliding board straight to failure. We don't know what's going to happen in the next few weeks. But I'm going to say this, no matter who your ballot goes to, you will still need that skill set because people aren't going back working in brick and mortar buildings. Right now is the time they're actually giving you a buffering. This whole 4 years been time for you to learn a skill with an excuse. They've given you time to learn a skill without getting in trouble, without getting fired, without losing your job, This was the time to learn a skill set. And some people just penny-antied around for the last 4 years and didn't pick up anything and didn't contribute anything to the situation. So with that being said, I'm going to say this. Don't go in 2025 without some sort of skill set. If you plan on purchasing land, owning land, if you own that land and you don't know how to swing a hammer, swing an axe, swing a mallet, run a drill, run a bandsaw, run a circular saw, if you don't know the simplest things of construction and demolition, you need that going into purchasing land. You need that. Now, I ain't saying you should. You need it. Because there's nobody there on all them acres to help you do anything. Okay? So, I just wanted to run that across to y'all because I can't believe how people are trying to negotiate with me with the dumbest stuff, like the long, drawn out, dry stories, and then the stupid negotiations, and thinking that stuff like Xboxes is worth like $4,000 because they got the titanium case on it. I don't care. Y'all ever see somebody trying to sell a car? Let's just say they trying to sell a Chevy Silverado. They trying to sell a 2006 Chevy Silverado. They want the going price for a decent Chevy Silverado 2006-ish is around, let's just say, $8,000. Okay, let's just say. They want $19,000 for a 2006 Chevy Silverado. And when you ask why, oh, I got the new rims on it. You know, I got the lift kit on it. I got it squatting in the back. I pay extra to have the engine chromed out. The inside is velvet seats. I got disco lights and my sound system. All of that is worth $18,000. I wouldn't let this go under $18,000. I'm going to tell you a true Hollywood story, a true lead Hollywood story. I remember this was back home when I was in Ohio. This dude was trying to sell this car forever, trying to sell it forever. And they had all this junk on it. Rims, music. He done cut holes in the back of the freaking dashboard in the back to put the speakers in. He done ripped the seats up trying to put velvet strips in it. He done took the Landau roof off and put some fake drop top thing on it. I wanted the car, but he said, man, I'll let you get it for like $7,000. Dude, this car, now remember this a long time ago. Man, this car, I wouldn't give you $1,000 for it. He had for sale signs in that car my whole high school year. My whole 4 years of high school, he had a for sale sign in the window. One day after high school, I done met my wife, got a baby on the way, all of this. I'm trying to fix my own car. Me and my brother go to the local junkyard, which was what was that? Homer's. We went to Homer's junkyard on Detroit Avenue back in Toledo, Ohio. What do we see in the junkyard? This dude's car that he wouldn't sell to nobody less than $8,000. Now this in the 80s, okay? 80s and 90s. He wouldn't sell to nobody under $8,000. And back then, $8,000 car, that was a brand new car off the showroom floor. What do we see? We see his regular ass car sitting right there in the junkyard. You know what I did? I went and took a whole bunch of parts off of it for no reason. I know it's cruel. I went and took all kind of stuff off. Take a headlight off. Take the whole steering column off. Take all this dumb crap that you wanted all this money for. I'm going to take this chrome alternator off. I don't even have this kind of car. I'm taking it off and I'm going to take it home. I'm going to pay about $10 for this alternator. And since it's chrome, when I get to the house, I'm going to put it on in the trading post, because we ain't have Facebook Market. Put it in the trading post and get about $30 off it, just to be spiteful. Remember, you putting your rims, your special touches, your special candy paint, your flip-flopping paint, your rims, your speakers, them is your emotions you trying to sell. The buyer just wants the car. All the dumb stuff you did to your vehicle or your product is your business. And people don't, man, you crazy? You know how much these rims cost? These rims cost $3,000. I don't care. Keep them. Put the original wheels back on. You know, this is one of them chain steering wheels, like Cheech and Chong. I don't want no chain steering wheel. Take that off of there. Where's the normal steering wheel to go on it? You know what? This is a dead man gear shift. You know how I don't want my gear shift up this high with a skull on it, a flaming skull. Can you put the normal little ball back on there to tell me first, second, third, fourth, fifth, reverse? Because I'm not even interested in that. Please, sir. Don't try to sell your doggone emotions and your special touches. A lot of people do this with houses too, don't they? They'll be trying to sell a house and be like, this is the wall that my little son Arthur painted, and he put his little handprints all up and down the wall. He spelled his name with his hands, Arthur. That's so special to me. I wish we could take it with us, but we can't, so we're going to charge you an extra $20,000 for that wall. Nah. You ain't going to sell that house with a wall in children's little hands like Chucky hands, spelling out the word Arthur across the whole wall. That was cute to you. For a new home buyer, you come in and the room is sky blue and the handprints is cherry red, spelling out the word Arthur, red room. Red rum, red rum. That's all we see. To you, you saw your child, his childhood when he was a baby, how cute he was, how much fun y'all had spelling his little name out, Arthur. The new home buyer sees red rum. Red rum, red rum. The first thing we gonna do if we buy this Amityville Horror is paint over the word Arthur. Now, if that red hand paint comes through some of this glidden paint and Arthur's name come back out, I'm selling this house. I'm out. Because that was made with something else. Why is the handprints red? Is that paint? No, thank you. No. So don't try to sell your emotions and don't try to purchase somebody else's emotions. That's a skill set to know how to divide the product or the mission from people's emotions. You got to divide the two. You can't add people's emotions onto that. Okay? So with that being said, I just wanted to come in here and tell y'all, going into 2025, part of your survival is learning a skill. Learn how to garden. I don't know how I left that out. Learn how to garden. Learn how to plant your own food. Learn how to gather your own food. This is what I'm gonna do. And in my survival camp that we do, Camp Club 73, my next mission, what I would like to do, we're going to be building bird houses. How many people ever built a birdhouse? Anybody? This is serious. This ain't jokes. This is for children too. This still is a kids video, I think. I ain't said nothing bad yet, have I? How many people ever built a birdhouse? Anybody? No. Not even like built a like doll house or nothing like that. Doll house, bird house, preferably a birdhouse. Okay, somebody said yes in the 5th grade. Okay, still you did one. When I was younger, in the wood shop at school, wood shop, that was me, I was apprentice. Okay, this is what I'm in middle school. This is what I want y'all to do. How many people have small children or teenagers in your house right now? G Code, yes, with popsicle sticks, I've done that. How many people have small children in your house or young teens in your house right now? Okay, Sean says, I have both. Homesteading Chrissy says, I have 2 teens. All right. You got 1 in middle school. That's fine. Middle school will work. Middle school, I said young teens, middle school, elementary, even high school if you that kind of parent. Everybody, I see a lot of hands. I got some homework for you to do. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go somewhere like Hobby Lobby or Hobby Town USA. I want you to go back in the crafting section at Walmart. Pick either one of these. It don't matter. Some crafting store or crafting situation. And if you're that good, do this yourself. But listen, go in there and buy a birdhouse that all you got to do is put the nails in it. Go purchase you a little hammer out of the hobby store and take that birdhouse that basically is already cut for you. It's already done for you. Everything. All you have to do is glue it and nail it together. And I want y'all to do that as a family. Why am I telling you to build a birdhouse? One of the very first things I ever built in my life myself was a birdhouse. I never forget this. I was at my father's. His company had a job fair, like, you know, it was a carnival. And one of the things that they let all the kids do, you can just come over here randomly and build something out of wood. And my daddy showed me how to build a birdhouse. It was just a box. I built 4 corners, a top and a bottom, and put a roof on it. You could see through it. He got home, he drilled a hole in it, and birds end up living in that box for years. That was the very first thing I ever built myself, and it changed my life. That was the first, but far from the last thing I ever built. The reason I'm asking you to do this, because how many people would like to own chickens, own a few hens, even in your backyard? You can save yourself some money, because once you learn how to make this little bitty birdhouse, you just make a little bit bigger birdhouse. See what I'm saying? You put about 3 or 4 hens in there, and now not only did your skills just take you to that next level and show you your rights and wrongs and taught you something, but you also raising livestock in your backyard. Or you can move your dog into it, make you a dog house, whatever. Next thing you know, you're going to be building a cabin on your land. You're going to be like, all this is just like small engine repair. All this is a smaller version of what I really want. I want to build me a cabin or build me a home. That small engine on that RC car, one day, that small engine repair is going to teach me how to work on a big old V8 combustible engine. It's no different. Okay? That's all I got for y'all. Please, please learn a skill set. Learn how to sew. Learn how to crochet. Learn embroidery. All of that stuff, man. Learning how to sew is, hey, you think it's just about clothes. You may need to sew up a wound coming soon. Saying, okay? I just want to throw that at y'all. I didn't want to be on here all day. I just wanted to really give y'all something to think about. And I hope y'all tell all y'all kids everything I just said today. And do me a favor. Go get that birdhouse. Build that birdhouse as a family. As a family. Make a video about it. Because to the kids it's just fun, but you have no idea what you did to their mind. People used to ask me, how did I build this chicken coop? All the chicken coops that I've built and y'all have seen on these videos, I built it. Me And my baby boy built those because of that birdhouse, that very first birdhouse. I probably was 7, 8 years old. That very first little birdhouse we built at my father's job fair, carnival, taught me things I'm going to need for the rest of my life. Never would have thought about it like that, but it's the truth. And I'm hoping me sharing my testimony with you let you know how important it is to earn a skill, learn a skill, because you'll never get rid of it, ever, for the rest of your life. With that being said, I love y'all. I'm going to go in here. I think my daughter is here with her loud mouth. I love y'all. Do you have any last questions? I even take questions for the last. We almost in an hour and a half. I take it for another 5 minutes. Any questions? Any? I'm gonna answer them to the best of my ability. Okay. I'm not gonna cut nobody off at the kneecaps today. I'm just. Sharon says yes, skills matter. Okay. Martin says I have 4. So you kind of behind in the video. So please, I hope you. Let me see. Greenhouse glass or plexiglass? What is your question? I don't understand your question, Zane. Do you have a candle making video? Yes, I do. It's just a Crisco. I got a bunch of them. Crisco candle making, yes. Out of Crisco grease, bacon grease. Which is better? Whichever one you can afford, I guess. They both take maintenance. What are you growing this cold season? What are you growing, Patient Saint? That's a good question. How much land should I start with, and how close does it have to be to where I currently live? That's completely your business. I can't tell you how much land you need, and I can't tell you how far it should be away from your house if you don't plan on living on it. That's an opinion. It's completely up to you. Okay. No more questions? Because we can just cut it down if no more. Uh Can you make a small greenhouse using an aquarium and heat lamp? Yes, you can. Give it a try. Deborah, is it Deborah? Give it a try. No more no more questions. No more questions. So we can go ahead and just and let it go here. I just was hoping somebody had any questions about skill at all. I'm gonna hang in here for a few more minutes because I know somebody, you gotta have some questions. I refuse to believe. What skills should I learn as a woman? I'm not a woman, I don't know. You don't know that by now? You asking the wrong one. I'm a whole man. I can't make no decision for what you should be doing. What skills should you learn first? I don't know. I'm not a woman. You asked me what skills should you learn as a woman. As a man, I don't know. I mean, I'm not even being rude about it. I think that's on the ballot this in a couple of weeks. Okay, I believe that's on the ballot. Let me see. What type of wood did you use to build your chicken coop? Just pine wood. Just pine 2x4s from Home Depot. When you start buying all that expensive wood, you will realize you just wasted a lot of money for chickens to go in there and poop on it. It don't stop predators, nothing. You'll see. Okay. Okay, you says as a prepper then. I can't answer that for you still because I don't know your situation. Strawberry, I don't know your situation. I don't know what level you're on in your prepping or survival. I can't answer that for you. Let me see. Is auto skills good one to learn? Auto skills, what do you mean? Automotive? Yes. I need my family to understand how do I start. Wait a minute. I need my family to understand this. How do I start a conversation? Like this. Everybody come down here. Sit down. Let me not say it too loud because everybody in my house will come down. Sit down around the table. We need to have a talk. Like that. If your household, and I'm not telling nobody how to run their household because that's none of my business. If your household is in such disarray that nobody is listening, who is the head of your household? If you don't have a husband or a man inside the household, you should be the head of the household. So everything you say, when you speak, everybody should be shutting up because it might be life or death situation. I'm not going to get into how people need to run their household. When I have something important to say, man, everybody with everything is going on need to stop because this may save your life or cost you your life. So it's not how to start your conversation. If your kids are listening to you, y'all come in here and sit down. I need to talk to you about something. Shouldn't be no question. Shouldn't be no, oh, ma. None of that. Okay? I'm just saying, I ain't telling nobody how to run their household, but how did you make the sun oven? I never made a sun oven. You mean how did I cook that egg in that bowl? Cook the egg in a bowl? Let me see. I'm gonna keep going. I'm way behind. I believe. Should each person in the household have a designated skill? Not necessarily have a designated skill, but I would say everybody in the household needs all of the skills. What's going to happen is somebody's going to excel in one more than another. You get what I'm saying? My baby boy knows small engine repair, automotive, and carpentry. He excels in carpentry. My oldest son excels in auto mechanics and small engine repair. So even though they both have all the skills, one is a little bit better than another one at something, but they both know how to get by. Would you recommend building a greenhouse out of old windows? If you If you feel like you got the time and the skill set for that, I don't recommend anything. If you feel like you got the time to do the, okay, I'm gonna play with that one. I know a lot of people see a lot of stuff on TikTok. A lot of people see stuff on Pinterest, making stuff out of old windows and stuff. Listen here. I need you to understand, just because you saw a greenhouse made out of a bunch of old windows, it still had a frame to it. You still had to build some sort of frame to this, putting a bunch of old windows on a greenhouse that you just built. The price of lumber today is so high, so astronomically high, that I need you to, before you go doing some Pinterest projects and some TikTok projects that you saw somebody do cute in the woods, go online and price one of those little cheap $150 10 by 20 greenhouses. It's $150. By the time you finish building the frames for this project you're doing, and then collecting all the windows and doing weird stuff and time, effort to glue all this stuff together and make it so, you're going to spend probably, if not hundreds, probably thousands of dollars trying to get more views and clicks and likes on don't just, if you're trying to keep stuff warm for the winter, go on, you know, I'm just trying to be as honest as I can. Save yourself some money, some time, and heartache. Because you know what's going to happen. You're going to get all these windows, finally get enough of these windows for your greenhouse in your backyard. You know what's going to happen? Nothing. They're going to sit up against the side of your garage for years. Get all green and mold and moss all over them. Your neighbor's going to be calling. Just going to get you one of these ones. Telling you. Now, if you feel like doing all that, I ain't here to stop you. Okay? I'm not going to stop you. But remember one of the things I said. Your time is everything. You'll be spending all the rest of your life trying to put that together. All right? So with that being said, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and let it go. I didn't see no more questions that I could answer. I tried. Are neighbors dumping? I'm trying. What? The conversation just going on in this chat is making me nervous. So maybe I keep clicking on this like it's StreamYard. I'm sorry. Maybe a live doing a simple workshop. No, I'm not going to do that. Just go on YouTube, anywhere that somebody has already done it, and watch it and learn. You don't have to learn everything from me. You have to take it upon yourself to go out and reach out to gather knowledge, okay? I'm not doing no workshop just so 3 people can learn how to make a birdhouse. That don't even make no sense. And here's the other thing. I want you to take control of your household. Tell your kids to let's build a birdhouse. I don't do no. Hey, yo. Hey, look here. Remember a couple weeks ago, I was asking anybody, did you know anybody with a DeLorean for sale? I'm still asking. I'm still looking for a DeLorean by GMC, DeLorean, DMC, whatever it was. Let me know. This age of this era of nonsense, I can't. I have never wanted to go back in time for anything because I had a wonderful childhood, even from the ups and the downs, the good and the bad. But I tell you what, let me mess around. Let me mess around and find me a DeLorean. I'm out of here. I'm going to disrupt the timeline continuum and everything because I'm going back to do it all over again. Because every time we start getting anywhere close to 2020, I'm going to get back in the DeLorean and I'm going to keep going back. Every time the new me of this new timeline gets to that, I'm going back again. I'm going to ruin the space-time continuum. This right here, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this era and these folks, man. I've had enough. I don't understand anything. Michael J. Fox, where he at? He a little sick, but he ain't gone. Me, Michael J. Fox, Doc, and the dog. Man, we going out of here. Out of here. Some of this stuff these folks are saying in this chat, y'all done seen it? It just make me wonder, man, sometimes, like, where do some of these folks come from? You know? Your mama and them ain't never let you out the house and play with the other kids and stuff. You know? Did your mama sit there and bathe you till you was about 19 years old or whatever? You know, it's folks out there like that. Timmy, it's time for your bath. Okay, mama. What's wrong with them, man? I done had about enough. You know? These people don't. I've been trying not to send people off to the cornfield, but man, they got a hankering for some corn, son. They got a hankering for it. I be trying to give them, you know, they be needing it like Pookie. They be needing that corn. I'm like, yo. Like they cornfield addicts. And I gotta usher them off like they making too much noise in the theater. You gotta go. What's wrong with some of these folks, man? These is grown people. Your mama did not let you go outside and play with the rest of the children. She kept you all in your bedroom looking out through the window with your face mashed up against the window while the other boys and girls out there playing freeze tag and red light, green light and kickball. You looking out the window. And let these kids out to play with the other rest of the world so they can know how to function when they grown, man. Because it's 2/3 of the population on Earth right now that does not know how to socialize with real people. And they're awkward to the point of they do stuff like this on this chat. They don't know what they're doing is wrong because you've been locked up in the house while the rest of your friends was out there playing kickball. Let them kids out to play. Let them go get some scratches on them and stuff, some bruises, some memory bruises. Because they end up growing up to be grown up weirdos, man. I'm sorry this video took a left. Do me a favor. Don't even watch the last 30 minutes of it. You know, just go on and watch the whole first hour of it. This last 30 minutes gave me the heebie-jeebies. Look, hey, everybody, y'all go ahead. Make sure y'all make that birdhouse for them kids. Make the birdhouse with the kids, okay? Mess around. Lost my appetite. Just thinking about how, man, I had my mouth all fixed about to make me something to eat. Man, I ain't even hungry no more because just too deep in thought on what's wrong with you, man. These is people that live with us, live around us. Sorry. I don't want to get in my emotions again. Everybody, thank you for watching. Please watch the first hour of this video. Leave this 30 minutes. Cut it off at the 1 hour mark. Cut it off. Okay? I mean it. If y'all done skipped to the end of the video by accident and got here, only watch the first hour, then cut the last 30 minutes off. Don't worry about my money. Cut the last 30 minutes off. If I could, I would just remove it off the live stream. Just chop it off. All right? Everybody have a wonderful day. Think I've had enough. I'm about to go look on Facebook Market, see if I can't find me a DeLorean for half off. Try to offer him $300 in a book of stamps. Live Farm Reserve 3, I love you, and I'm out. Y'all be good, be safe, learn a skill, learn a trade. Please, whatever you do, I don't care what your profession. I don't care if you're successful in your profession right now. I don't care. Please get a backup plan. Get a backup skill, because anything can happen. Live Farm Reserve 3, I love you, and I'm out. Peace.